Hey guys, I'm Nathan.
I'm Cody.
I'm David.
Our first Game of Thrones related video. Well, posted one forever ago.
Yeah,
which was it was fun, but it was a lot of work and had too many other things to do. So I was like, we'll hold this off. And we'll just
first talk.
This was like face talk.
Yeah, this is like
my
a
voiceover on the first one.
It's more
like
of a discussion.
combined effort. Yeah, discussion. But what we're going to be talking about,
it's going to be like a series of videos. How about that?
Yeah, a series. Yeah,
we're going to go through like our favorite houses and characters and moments they're related in and stuff like that.
And eventually we'll do a season 8 like top 10, top 5 theories. But we're just going to wait a while to do that. There's no reason to do that anytime soon. So
2019.
It's better for y'all to get to know how we think about Game of Thrones before we make those theories and stuff, I think. But we're starting out with House Lannister.
Which is, I think, is the most interesting house, to be honest with you.
I understand.
Has the most controversy and everything in it.
Yep. I mean, one of the biggest fan favorites, Tyrion.
Oh,
yeah.
The underdog, every situation he's in, pretty much.
The underdog, but he's really a top dog.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
He's definitely a great game player with exception of last season, he had some really dumb ideas, I feel like.
Yeah. The going to get a white
and bring it back.
But he's coming from a point of view where he knows Cersei on a personal level.
Right.
He knows what it takes.
Yeah, and that's what it would have taken.
He kind of also should have known, like, this still might not even convince her.
No.
And
it didn't.
Which we don't know what was said in that room. Like you said the day after, you're like, that is going to bother me until season 8.
Yeah.
And that's always a big question. But as the Lannister family as a whole, they're obviously they're the rich ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The snobby ones.
We'll go top down.
Yeah.
Start with Tywin.
Yeah.
Really one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. He is.
I love Tywin.
I loved his character. Like, I mean, he wasn't one of my favorite, but he was. I mean, he was vital to the show.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like there's no questioning that. Even if you hate all Lannisters or something like that, there's no question.
I understand why people would hate all Lannisters.
Yeah.
But not Tyrion.
Exactly.
Or Jamie. Jamie's not that bad.
Jamie was terrible for a while.
Yeah.
For a while, but I mean,
he's good now.
It took a while.
It took a hand, and
he lost a hand,
a lot
gained
of
a heart.
things. Yeah. A lot of things happened, so I think he's good now.
But Tywin. I just tweeted like not too long ago on my personal account that like I think about that Tywin and Olenna scene when they talk about marrying Cersei to Loras.
Yeah.
All the time.
What was that? What event was that during? I forgot.
It was getting up to Joffrey's wedding.
Okay, it was just like they were just getting ready for it. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like during an event or.
So, Olenna, Sansa's an important part of the big picture. She was the key of the North.
Yeah.
Because Jon is a bastard, what they thought, and B, a Night's Watchman, so he had no claim.
Exactly.
And they thought Bran and Rickon were dead. Mm-hmm. Sansa Stark was the key to the North.
Yep. They didn't know where Arya was.
They didn't know.
They thought she was dead.
Everybody, it was assumed that Arya was dead.
So.
And with Sansa being older anyways.
Yeah.
Key to the North.
Still key to the North.
So, Olenna kind of had the puppeteered idea of marrying Sansa to Loras to have the pride of Highgarden also be
with a Stark.
Yeah. And that's a power couple. Obviously, there's not a female in that show that Loras would have liked more than Renly.
That's true.
And that was a power couple on some Baratheons and Tyros.
Oh yeah,
power couple.
That was awesome.
But whatever, he would have went along with it. Like, and when he was like courting Sansa, like it was all nice. But Tywin was like, no, we're the real power of this. We're going to have the key of the North. We're going to marry Tyrion to Sansa. Yeah. And that's how we're going to keep our power. We're going to have the North.
Just the subtleties they had in just a conversation.
Like they were jabbing each other back and forth. Tywin started out with like, you would love to have Loras marry Cersei. She's rich and beautiful and powerful. She's the Queen Regent. And it would be nice to take that stain off of his name.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I think she said a sword swallower through and through," and like didn't phase her a bit. And she's like, "We may be pretty tolerant of that in Highgarden, but brother and sister, that's something we would take pretty serious." And then, boom, the tone changed.
Yeah, and it's such a great scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, Tywin is a big role, not just for himself, but he taught Cersei everything she knows.
Yep.
And as much as he hated Tyrion, Tyrion
saw everything.
He learned by watching, and obviously reading. But watching Tywin work his magic, I mean, he learned a lot. Yep. And Jaime is,
Jaime never cared for that.
Yeah, which his role really wasn't probably I guess anybody like. If you're a highborn, you should probably want to learn that game. But
he was a fighter.
Yeah, he was like one of the best fighters, so he didn't have to deal.
That's the only thing that I do not like. I mean, I understand why everything happened how it did, but we just never really got to see Jaime Lannister, the sword fighter.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
And maybe
we heard the stories, like they built him up.
Yeah. We saw him go against Ned Stark, but Ned
Stark was giving him all he could too. Is the thing. Like Ned was older.
Ended that too. Like. Yeah. I mean, Jaime's in his prime, and
Ned was definitely a little older, and it took Jaime was so mad when that dude stabbed him knocked him out, punched him out.
I wish Jaime would have just killed him.
Yeah,
I think that would have been. I mean, either way, he was mad, like you said. So it was really
because Jaime liked the test. I think.
Yeah. I
think he would have been okay. If he would have got bested by Ned Stark.
I just want to see Ned Stark in his prime.
Yeah, because another thing is we know this, but the rest of Westeros don't. The rest of Westeros thinks that Ned took down Sir Arthur Dayne. Yeah.
Which is not the case at all.
Cause
remember, Ned told
Bran that he beat Sir Arthur Dayne in combat.
Oh.
Remember, Bran was like...
we saw the vision where...
And Bran's like, I know this. Father told me many times.
That he bested him. Yeah.
He really didn't. But
he was dead to rights.
Yeah. It was a
team effort kind of.
He stabbed him in the neck. Howland Reed.
Yeah.
Howland Reed. Mira's dad.
Mira's dad.
Jojen's dad. Mira and Jojen's dad.
And they never said he's dead.
No. In the books, he's still alive.
Man, I really wish. It's almost too late for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see him again.
If they did pop him up, then they would probably be dead because
there's too much
happened. But
and I think Jaime was so upset that Ned got that cheap shot in the leg. He was like, "This guy apparently beat Sir Arthur Dayne."
Yeah,
I wanted to see what he was about.
Yeah,
and he was giving him all he could.
Yeah, but I mean, he was definitely fighting
Yeah,
I would have believed it for sure if I was Jaime. Like, all right, he's older and he's holding.
He's holding his own.
I ain't getting a step on him.
Yep,
which is awesome. But to Cersei. Lannister, how far she has come.
Blonde hair to short.
Super. One of the biggest. I'm glad she
character development.
Season 7.
Yeah, she has the most character development in the show, bar none.
If she would have died in season 7, the show would have just felt different.
Kind of empty. She's the best.
She's always that person who you're like, what is she up to?
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's gonna be around till at least part of season 8, which is cool.
I think she'll be around to the end.
Yeah, I mean,
she's lasted this long. There's no way. I think we love to hate her is the thing.
Yeah,
it's I hate her,
but she's cool.
I do want her
respect
to die.
Her. Oh yeah,
I do want her to die. But that would just be something they say for a finale, which is cool.
But I just hope she dies in the right way.
When we first seen her, she was just queen to Robert Baratheon.
Yep.
And she had that smug look, but you didn't know her. And
she came from privilege, obviously, from the richest family.
Yep.
Married the king, so there was only one step where she could go to be higher than where she was.
Exactly.
And she got there.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I love about her character is like the fierce love that she has for her kids.
Yep.
Very
she has
Catelyn Stark.
Two redeeming qualities. Her love for her children and her cheekbones.
And
they work.
Yeah, they definitely. She is obviously. I think she probably got the most from Tywin.
Yep.
Obviously because Tywin liked her. Like,
he
didn't alienate her.
He called her stupid one episode, and it was great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I lived for that.
Yeah. Oh I loved whenever he announced that Tywin's marrying Sansa. Then he was like, well, you're marrying Loras.
And then she was
like,
no.
No. And he's like, listen,
you're my daughter.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, don't get a big head. Like, in time, which she's shown, you will be the top dog. But but just the whole Lannister story, like, brother and sister sleep together. They could have been doing that since they were 15 years old. For all we know, you just don't know.
Yep.
Tyrion at birth killed. He didn't kill his mother.
Right.
I don't want to say that.
His
mother died
giving
birth, and
they blamed.
They still blame him.
And if he was which sucks. If he was like a great fighter, they wouldn't be blaming him at all.
And if he was born an average person, but no,
just an average person, they wouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
which is just.
He was born a dwarf, and he's been on trial for being a dwarf his whole life.
That was
yeah.
Talk about me.
Best
scenes in Game of Thrones.
Best scene Game of Thrones. Period. Like, you can pick any season, anytime.
I think it depends on what you like about Game of Thrones. If you like the fighting,
like the fights, if you
like the story and the
because we know
if you like zombie polar bears, there's a scene for you.
Yeah. I could see some people being like an Astra. We know people that are into the more. Which is
give me. I love the high fantasy stuff. I love the children. Love the Ice Walker.
Yeah.
Or the Night King, and I love all that. But give me the best scenes in Game of Thrones are always people in a room drinking wine, discussing strategy every time.
That's what makes Game of Thrones.
That brings out so much more story into it.
Oh yeah, gosh. That's what makes Game of Thrones the game. Just the subtleties and the things you don't know what's going on, but's going on, and
it makes the competition.
I'm sure there's still things going on we don't know about, which is
just like why does Tyrion look so concerned about boat sets?
Replay it and
why is he so concerned about boat sets? Because I don't feel like he was like. I think he loved the looks of Daenerys. I don't think he fell in love with Daenerys.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't jealousy. I saw. I don't. And if that's what they were going for, it didn't play well. I think.
Yeah, I think when he was first named Hand the Queen, he said others will love you.
Yeah.
Like, I think initially right there that was like a start, but you gotta understand whenever the boat sex happened, that was a couple years later.
Yeah.
I think that was done gone.
Yeah.
So like you said, I don't think that's really what it is. I think there's something else.
Crackpot time.
Yeah, a little crackpot time.
Crackpot time. So there was obviously, I think, words said between Tyrion and Cersei before he left.
Yeah.
He found out she was pregnant, and then that was kind of the end of that scene. Because she wasn't drinking wine, obviously, out of character. And I think she knows how smart Tyrion is.
Oh, yeah.
And she knows that he would have picked up on that.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, she wasn't too subtle. Like, she grabbed her stomach and she just said no to the wine. And he was like, "You're pregnant." Obviously, 2 and 2. Why? What else wouldn't she be drinking?
Yeah.
She loves her kids. She's not going to drink during pregnancy. So I think that maybe he promised if she would send her men up north, that regardless, Daenerys can't have kids, and Tyrion knows that, or that's the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like, regardless of who wins our war, your child will live and be next in line. Daenerys can't have kids. And then there was that whole episode or two before where he was talking about who's going to be her successor.
Yeah.
We need to figure out who's going to be your successor, how we're going to figure that out. And I think he did it that way. He's like, your kid can rule Westeros. And even Cersei said, our kid, talking to Jaime, will rule Westeros.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. And now Tyrion saw boat sets take place.
Yeah.
And he's like, I really hope she can't have kids because I kind of made this side deal.
Yeah. I think I think that's a very high chance that could be.
Yeah.
But I think, there's just so many foreshadowings in Game of Thrones. I feel like we're going to see a lot in season 8.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is because if you go back and rewatch Game of Thrones like I did 3 times, you see all the foreshadowing too. So now you look even deeper into current seasons, and you're like, well, what's foreshadowing and what's just real?
See, I think Cersei is her end will come. I think she might lose a child at birth like that. Like her mother, she might be. We've heard so much about the Mad King,
or maybe she'll die giving childbirth.
Yeah, she'll die giving childbirth. Maybe she might. I think she could maybe burn the whole city to the ground. That's the only person that would do that.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's literally lost everything.
Just so somebody else couldn't.
If she knows like it's over, like if that finally comes, because like even right now she still thinks that she has a chance, which I mean she don't really understand the White Walker threat, like because she's just kind of that's
that's her biggest flaw thing. And Jamie's
that was just a story to her. That's a bedtime story.
Yeah. I mean, and then she saw it and she still wasn't convinced.
I would be convinced.
Yeah, like she was convinced, I think, but she was just like, "We're gonna let the monsters kill the monsters," because to them the Targaryens and the Starks are monsters because they want to take the throne.
Yeah, which no one's perfect in this show.
Not one person is perfect.
So even as smart as Cersei is, like you understand, if they beat the White Walkers, I don't want to face someone that beats the White Walkers.
No.
But I do not want to face the White
Walkers. But could you imagine how depleted their army would be?
Oh yeah, it'd be crazy. But if they beat them, they would have to walk away with a dragon, I think. Yeah. And one dragon is... And Drogon's going to be bigger. One dragon is all it takes.
Yeah. We saw his skull.
That
was his skull.
Foreshadowing of the next series.
Maybe.
Well, that's another video.
Yeah, I mean...
For sure. I mean, that's what I want. That's my
so Cersei has Qyburn left, and that's really it.
But he is.
And she, I mean, if worse comes, like the political really ain't. It's still there, but it's not as much as it was. Right. But if it came to a point and she had to lose him for some reason, I think she wouldn't lose any sleep over it. No. If she had a replacement or something like that.
Yeah,
she still has a mountain by her side.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's going to be hard to get close to Cersei.
You're going to have
Clegane has to happen.
You're going to have
High porn.
If they don't make that happen, which I mean, I guess probably the fans have made that. They in the show.
There's no way you watch the end of season 7 and when Sandor goes up to the mountain.
Yeah. Well, up until that point, the fans, there hasn't really been any things leading up to that except in the first season where they kind of fight that, which was an awesome scene.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now it has to happen.
Now it has to happen.
So yeah, but this is which every Game of Thrones video we're gonna branch off and talk about other little things. But
the Cleganes are very integral to the Lannisters anyway, because behind every Lannister plan, there's a Clegane there to help carry it through.
Yeah, that is very true.
Never realized that.
Yeah,
I still want to get that hound helmet.
Oh god, yes.
Remember Con of Thrones? We went to Con of Thrones, by the way.
Con of Thrones, oh my gosh.
I remember when I touched it. I don't know, like this is a bad stand. I touched it and like it wouldn't stick. Like it just kind of fell. I was like,
you thought you broke it?
I didn't think I broke it, but I was just like, why did it fall so easy? And I couldn't get it back up, and I just kind of laid it silent. So I was walked away. But
Con of Thrones was awesome.
Yeah. And the Lannister, we got the only Lannister we got is Tyrion here. We got a Lannister banner in here.
He's one of the
and obviously we will be reacting to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Put two and two together.
If you didn't know that.
Gotta say it, but we will be reacting to Game of Thrones.
And this is going to be like a kind of somewhat series of videos that we'll have where we'll talk about other houses. We'll talk about Stark and Targaryen and
leading up to season 8.
Baratheon. Tyrell. Yeah, it'll be. And then after we get enough, we probably won't talk about every house in existence. Like, because, I mean,
cool.
I mean, like, probably all the bigger shows that's intricate to the show, because,
the bigger houses.
There's a lot of houses that we don't know, because they're just not in the story. Like, as far as talking as in, like, lore, pretty much. But, this is more of a show-driven, because we haven't read the books. And the guy who got together, the main guy, they told him, got Con of Thrones together, they told him not to read until all of them come out. So ever since I heard that, I'm like, that's probably a good way to do it. That's probably the only books.
I don't want to be like, why didn't they just do that? It was so much better in the books. Like,
yeah. Because I know in the books right now, Jon Snow is dead.
Yep, that's where they left off on.
And so
I like having Jon Snow alive.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know who Jon Snow is. Aegon Targaryen.
Yeah, Aegon Targaryen. That's true.
This is Jon Snow. Season 7, he's Aegon Targaryen.
Yeah. Well, he's really not. I don't think we'll ever be called.
This
had a Stark with me. Yeah, that video will be coming, but
that'll be like a half hour.
Probably.
Yeah, I can talk hours just about how amazing Arya is.
Oh yeah.
We
will be doing a best fighter video.
Oh my gosh!
And I already know who it comes down to, but
it's consistent throughout here.
Some that's just
too good to not mention.
Oh, we'll be mentioning a lot, which is well deserved.
It's so hard.
There will be a
clear cut.
I already know the two I want to see fight each other. Right? Yeah, but we'll be doing a lot of series Game of Thrones because we could sit here and talk for 5 hours about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
but we don't.
I kind of blacked out there for a minute. What happened?
We don't want to make these videos so long where kind of get because a lot of these things, but just for people that don't know us, they want to get a feel. I want y'all to get a feel of how we feel about Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Before one day we're just there's a reaction
because as much as we like Game of Thrones, which is a lot, it's our favorite show, and it's not really necessarily close. Haven't seen enough of anything else to come close to that. No. And there's some shows with potential like Westworld and Vikings that we really like. Stranger Things. The sample size isn't there. Yeah. Get 7 seasons in. We'll see. And
it'll be a lot easier to judge when they're all done.
Yeah,
because Game of Thrones isn't even done. So our judgment of that isn't even done yet.
I don't know. I think it's only going to go up.
Yeah.
I mean, I do too, but until it happens, you can't say that.
Yeah, but as much as we like Game of Thrones, we're also very critical of it because I know how good that show can be, and when I see some nonsense like a zombie polar bear, I will call it out every time.
Hey, nothing's wrong. That was a good scene.
I mean, there's people that I understand. Like people just they should have made it a lot quicker. They shouldn't have killed Thoros of Mir after talking about him.
Yeah,
about such high praise. Yeah, and then having him just
just losing Thoros. You don't expect me to care about Thoros when you barely put him on the screen.
Yeah,
I liked him.
I mean, I barely
knew him.
I liked him, but
as a drunk, I guess.
I mean, his story of fighting drunk and slaying is just
that was cool.
But and we heard about it 3 or 4 times, and it's okay that they killed him.
We heard it, but it was in passing. You never really wrote it down. You didn't remember it.
I just, to me, I just always remember Thoros Mir. Just because his name, Thoros, that, it's kind of been in my brain. But, I was never ooh, I want Thoros Mir to do this. But if you're going to kill this warrior, don't let him get scratched by a bear, then let him freeze on a rock.
Freeze to death, I'd be okay if he fought.
The dead comes,
Takes it about 30.
Because, I thought they were all going to die. Except John. I was they're being too nice.
Yep.
I'm ready for some bad stuff.
Yep. And another thing, if we're being critical of Game of Thrones, it lost its edge a little bit on far as people plot armor. You watch the show for the first time after you see the top build character, top build actor die in the 9th episode. Yeah. You're okay, there is no plot armor. After you watch The Red Wedding, there is no plot armor. Nothing matters. Nobody's safe. And now I can definitely feel from season 4 to 7, I can tell you who the safe characters are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they just built so much on them. And
they definitely. So I guess, and like you said, most shows, you can kind of guess that from the beginning. Yeah. But since they've did so well those first 3 seasons, you expect that
to continue.
And I mean, I didn't I'm okay with the time jumps. I'm not really because I was just prepared for it. Yeah. Because before, when I remember reading before the trailer release of season 7, they're this is the beginning of the end. Yeah. This is where stuff starts happening. So I was just kind of all right, this ain't gonna be the.
I'm okay with the time jumps, and I'm okay with not being spoon fed stuff. Yeah. But just one line in passing where you tell me time passed, I'll be okay. Yeah. Because one scene we see Euron in King's Landing, and then later on in the same episode you see him around the continent going onto Castle Rock. Yeah. The same episode. He was in the throne room, and then he was there. One word from
Daenerys
or something, or somebody,
someone
acknowledging that time passed. Yeah, and I'll be okay.
A week later.
Because the way they kind of did it is I understand why they time passed, like I said, but a lot of people, I'm us diehards, we understand it, but people that are just watching the show don't understand it probably seems like John and Danny happened really fast.
Yeah.
They've been together for probably almost a year.
Like, oh, yeah.
Dragonstone,
he was there for a long time.
But you didn't.
And that's why the Northmen were getting so antsy.
Like, if they just showed some scenes of mining in the caves and, like, huge setups, like, you're like, well, dang, they've been there for a while. They've made camp here. Like, stuff like that. They could have done a little bit better scenes and... But like the reason we're so critical is because we love it so much.
I know what the show can be, so when it's not there, it's a bit of a disappointment.
And the amount of pressure,
but it doesn't.
I
couldn't imagine either.
So
that's a job I would never want is writing or directing Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and
but it doesn't like take away my love for it. It's like people are like, "How do you like it?" and be so critical at the same time. Like I'm so critical because I like it. It's
a different
understand.
level of fandom,
right?
Obviously, everybody ain't on, but that's just how we are, and that's
like if you love a show and you can't find anything at all wrong about it, you're a little biased just because the show,
right?
Not
you got to be able to.
You have to be able to criticize it a little bit,
definitely
to point out what's.
I think that's good for any TV movie. I think it's
comic book, video games, whatever you're into. Like it's okay to be critical of the things you like.
If no one was ever critical, then nothing would ever get better.
Tywin loved his family, but he was the hardest on all of them. So.
Yep.
I just wanted to make it full circle. Tie it back to where we started.
Yep. But I know we branched away from Lannister, but we covered all the main Lannister characters, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, all the Lannister characters in the show.
Yeah.
Oh
no, we didn't talk about Loras or Kevin.
Joffrey.
Not Loras, Lancel.
What about Joffrey?
He's a Baratheon.
Old Karstark.
Oh yeah.
Old Karstark's head.
Yeah.
Golly, man.
Yeah.
That's a story that Rob's wife told.
Oh yeah.
Like, does he really turn into a wolf? She's like, yeah. I'm gonna take shit their pants.
Like, you know that was the future Tommen Baratheon too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's where you got to start, and then they like killed that character, and then like he shows up a couple episodes later as older Tommen.
He
looks real familiar.
Young Tommen, like
he was young.
Yeah, young
Tommen.
But because in Battle of Blackwater.
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah, I mean, she was holding him like,
he was sitting on his lap, and then like when he was king, he was like as tall as Cersei. So they were just recasting and kind of like I guess showing time passing a little bit. But
so what y'all want the next house to be that we focus on?
I don't know. I mean, be any of them.
I'd be okay with
Baratheon. Y'all want to go with the Baratheons?
Sure.
Save the.
Let's go Robert. Maybe we can talk about Robert and Stannis and Renly and
Gendry. I love
Gendry.
I love Baratheon. No doubt. Which
the hammer
didn't really pan out too well as a whole.
No,
but
I was.
There's still one left.
I understood where Stannis was to.
Yeah.
By law, I guess Stannis was the rightful king.
Yeah.
Unless you count, To me, I personally feel like if your family lost the throne in a rebellion, you're no longer in consideration. So Daenerys would be in rebellion to take the throne. Didn't necessarily belong to her, I think.
Yeah,
because your family lost it.
Yeah,
but I'm the biggest Targaryen supporter that maybe in the room. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm more of a. See, I couldn't even. Because
I want
characters are Targaryen, but
at this point,
my favorite character is Bran.
So that's a very hard question for me.
But it's who I'm rooting for at the end. But like Stannis, I feel like had the most right to the throne.
Yeah, he was more in the right to what he was doing.
Yeah, some of the extremes, like that's the part where it kind of gets a little.
Everyone has a shade of gray, and Stannis is pretty much black.
Legit, the shadow that killed Renly was black. Yeah, But we'll be doing the Baratheon next. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
You got a little sneak peek too.
Yeah, a little sneak peek into what we think about the old Baratheon. So we'll probably try to do like 2 a week.
Try.
And I don't know how long this one is. About 30 minutes. Yeah, that's about what I figured. They'd be.
And I could keep going.
Oh yeah, we could keep going. Because if we didn't break down like families, then it would never end.
Because you probably go to the same family 17 times.
We're waiting for the camera to charge one day, and we just went over to the map and just talked about locations.
Oh yeah, we just so weird. And it makes me so mad. They put Valyria in like the smallest lettering.
Yeah, like we couldn't find. Yeah, we wanted to find Valyrian.
It was right in front of our faces, but you just couldn't see it.
Yeah,
where's that?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's yeah, you'll see. But anyway, this is all for this first Game of Thrones video.
Yeah,
of House
Lannister. We're gonna try to find out like a clever, fun title to call this series of videos we're doing.
Yeah,
we'll come up with some
for suggestions.
Yeah,
suggestions.
Yeah, we'll kind of see how it does.
We'll brainstorm some, and then we'll put a poll on Twitter and see what people like.
Yeah. So
definitely. Follow us on Twitter at _Nerdnet.
It'll be in the info. It's
always in the info.
But Twitter, we really don't mention it. I guess maybe that's why we don't get as much. Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
But to follow us on Twitter. We don't have any followers right now, but
that could change.
You could be the first.
There's only way you get followers.
We got some.
Okay, you could be.
I mean, there's only one way to get followers, and that's if you go follow us. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll talk Thrones like crazy. If you tweet at us, you might regret it. Like, be ready to use your phone because it will.
There's a family I might not talk about, and that's the Greyjoys.
Yeah,
that might be something because
I don't know. I could probably talk about them. I could probably talk mainly for Euron and Yara too. Like, I like to talk
Theon is a rat.
Yeah. Yeah. See, mine was Theon was a rat. But I understand. I understand every point of view and why people. That's what's so awesome about Game of Thrones.
Rooting for Euron to kill him.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm.
That's probably what should happen. Mainly because it just
made sense.
Euron's way too. Euron took down the sand demons.
Sand snakes.
The sand snakes. Yeah. And
God, we've been trying to end this video for so long. This is
what
happens. This is what happens when we talk Thrones.
Exactly. So we're going to get off here.
Finally.
And we will have the next Game of Thrones video up later this week. Or say Saturday.
Today is
Saturday.
We'll have another one up. We'll probably have 2 up next week.
It's Saturday for like 13 minutes.
13 minutes. So technically, we'll probably have 2 up next week. By the end of next week, too. So thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Nathan.
I'm Cody.
I'm David.
Stay nerdy.